Hey guys, this is Victor with Social Firestarter. In this video, we're going to talk about domain names and whether or not you should have key terms in there. So something that I see a lot is, I guess, a misconception that the key terms in the domain are still valuable nowadays. And there's a lot that I can unpack here in this video. I'll also talk a little bit about valuation so that you can understand how to evaluate any domain that you might be looking to buy. But basically, there's a lot of people out there that spend way too much money on domains, and I'm going to try to unpack this in this video. So basically, way back when Google was still in its infancy, they really only had a few different ways to look at a website, scan it, interpret it, judge it, and then rank it. So one of the ways that they used to actually try to understand a website was to just look at the words in the domain and try and understand what it's all about just from there. From there and maybe a few other spots too. But nowadays in 2020, they've come a long way. There's tens of thousands of different factors that come into play when it's doing this interpretation and ranking process, and it basically kind of undermines all of the work that Google's done as a company if you think that they're really still just looking at the domain to try and understand what's going on. So again, if you're looking at this 7+ years back, having key terms in there is going to provide relevancy for that practice area that you're targeting. But nowadays, there are way more robust, more useful ways to try and understand a website, none of which include reading what is in the domain. So let me try and show you where a lot of this misleading information comes from, because of course a lot of it is found from people that are selling domains or reselling them. So there is a very large industry to like just resell domains, and I think just understanding that will kind of provide some information as to why there's some ridiculously priced domains. So let's say I am a new personal injury lawyer and I'm trying to get set up online to target Miami. And let's say I just am browsing around for possible ideas on a domain. Let's say I'm assuming that I need to have key terms in there, right? And I'm just doing this so I can kind of break down the value of any of these domains that you might be looking at. But here's one right here, personalinjurymiami.com. So if we go to it, we can see the website is not being used. It is for sale, but there's a bit of a problem here. It says it is worth $10,000. Now, if you kind of look into the valuation here, you can see that companies like this one, they actually try to label this almost as like a premium level domain. So I find a lot of issues with trying to label a domain as premium. But basically they're saying, hey, look, our super automated process of valuation is telling you that you should pay minimum of 10 grand for this domain. So again, this is just the rights to a domain. This isn't like you're buying a website. And maybe now you're thinking, well, am I buying traffic? Am I buying rankings? Well, let's see. And you can use any backlink tool. Obviously, I'm using Ahrefs here because we do have an account. But as you can see, at one point this year, there was a single mention, just one online for this domain, just one backlink, and it's not even there anymore. It dropped off. So this has 0 backlinks, 0 organic traffic, and from an SEO expert, or if you're looking at the pure intrinsic value of this domain, there is none. So I find a very big issue with websites like this because, as you can see, the standard fee for registering a domain is only about $12 a year. So, think about that whenever you're, just browsing domains, or if somebody emails you offering offering to sell you a domain. Again, these cost about $12, and really, if you're trying to come up with any sort of value out of them, you should look at how many links they have, the quality of their links, where they got them from, how old they are, whether it was manipulated or if it looks natural, and of course the organic traffic, because depending on what key terms they're getting traffic for, you could then start evaluating a value based upon the amount of people that are reaching out to the website. So if you can understand how many leads are coming in, then you can truly understand what the domain is worth. Because as you can see here, if you pop up a domain, or if you pop open a website on this domain, you're not going to get any benefit for your SEO rankings. So that's basically it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've purchased a premium domain, and definitely if you've bought one and it actually had traffic coming in already, because those are definitely some gold as far as SEO ranking.